You specialize in CFO services. So let me ask you guys, how many of you actually offer CFO services? A few people. How many of you would love to offer CFO services? Okay, so the house is interested in CFO services. So, and I know all of you guys provide that service up here too, so I'm gonna come back around. What exactly one is it, and how do you actually provide value with it?
Absolutely. So what exactly is CFO services and how do you add value? So CFO services is an advisory type of service where you're not just doing bookkeeping. You are doing more of the analytical side. You're looking at some of the key performance indicators. You're looking at benchmark. You're looking at standard industry standards. You're helping them look at cost analysis. For example, should I hire a full-time CFO or should I outsource that? What's the cost savings for the organization? You're looking at some banking, financial assistance with them. You know, should they purchase a vehicle or machinery or should they lease it? You know, what's the cost analysis? How are they going to save the organization money? Some of the things that you need to do if you plan on offering this service is truly add value. And when we say add value to the client, that means making sure that you're that CFO. You're helping them save money. You're going to them and advising them on some of the things that they need to do. Each and every month when I meet with my clients, we always implement some type of tax savings. Every quarter we definitely do that, but throughout the month, every month when I meet with them, I'm always giving them advice of what is it that they need to do to save. If we are in Q1, what does Q3 look like? When do we need to implement those cost savings so that the client is taking home more money and saving more money for retirement and not paying Uncle Sam?
Mm-hmm. So give us like a tangible example, because you know I know people understand like you're more of a strategic partner now to your business client. You're not just doing the numbers, you're actually looking at the numbers, analyzing it, interpreting, helping them navigate the many decisions that they have to make. How does that actually translate to their bottom line? Or I guess give the folks some tangible results that can happen because of CFO services.
Absolutely. So I'll give you two clients that I'm working with right now. I have one client who actually hit her 2 million mark for the first time just in November. Thank you.
Clap it up. Yep.
Throughout the course of the last half of the year, we've really been looking at her numbers strategically. For instance, she ships goods from China. And so at one point, the cost of freight was up. We had to really go in to determine, should we continue to stay with this freight company, or would it be more cost effective for us to look outside and outsource to another freight company? The moral of the story was we saved her $24,000 just by switching to another freight company as a result of going in and doing some cost analysis. Mm-hmm. That's just one thing. We look at her. Her labor, her overhead, her payroll. We had someone on the payroll that was technically we outsourced or she outsourced him. It was more cost effective for her to hire him as an employee. Also, she was shipping everything out of her home. She decided to get a warehouse. Unfortunately, it wasn't cost effective to the organization because the warehouse was making a lot of errors. There was a lot of shipments that were going out, damaged goods. So what happens there? She starts getting complaints from clients. So as an advisor, my role is to say, hey, let's look at, is this the best solution for the organization, or should we bring this back in-house and maybe take a look at this a little later on when we're ready to make some other shifts? So as an advisor, you are the chief financial officer of the organization, helping them make strategic moves as well as saving them. And I even do some HR with some of my clients as well. So
let's talk about, I'm sure what all of us want to know is the money side of it, right? So you just said that with one decision, you were able to help her or save an additional $24,000. How much can you charge for CFO services, or how much do you charge for CFO services?
So I'll break it down to you guys like this. I have 3 different levels for CFO services. The first level starts at $2,500, the second level starts at $3,500, and the top layer is $5,500. So as I always like to say when I'm training my students, if you had 10 clients at $5,500 a month, that's $55,000 a month. That's $660,000 a year, and that's just with 10 clients doing CFO services. So I don't know about you guys, but less is best. Less headache, less everything. I mean, we can play around with the 500, the 600, the 800, but those comes with a lot of problems. You know, as Biggie Small said, more money, more problems, more clients, more problems.
Right. Thank you, Cozette. Thank you.